leaders of the continent of Africa. This training and program is put together for those of you that are going to lead the movement, the development, the growth of the continent of Africa to the next level. My name, Otunba Wanle Akinboboye. I'm a continent builder for the past 36 years, an entrepreneur, groomer, developer. Our focus is on how we need to move this continent forward as a people. Today we're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about leaders. We're going to talk about achievers. We're going to talk about what you need to do to move the continent to the next level. We need to talk about what we need to do to begin the process of development of the continent. And in doing that, what we must do is to have a clear understanding of what leadership is all about. It's going to be a series, and it's going to be in 10 parts. Today, we start with the introduction of the concept in terms of what we need to do as a people to transform the 30.2 million square kilometers of area referred to as the continent of Africa to its rightful place. It is no longer acceptable that the wealthiest nation and continent, rather, in the world should be the poorest. This narrative must change. We take it today from the introduction of what has to be done. Who is a leader? What do you need to do transformation, to transform backwardness to forwardness? How do you create prosperity? How do you earn leadership? We'll take it from the book of The Gods Are Not to Blame. The Gods Are Not to Blame was written by Professor Ola Rotimi, a powerful African writer. May his soul rest in peace. There's a lot to learn from his writing. And I am going to take it from Odewale. I'm going to read it from the beginning to the end, to a particular level, and then we're going to break it down for us to understand what the lesson inherent in the words of the great Ola Rotimi. The play started with the birth of a child, and I think it started with the fact that the struggles of man begins at birth, and it should be met then that the play begins with the birth of a child. We are talking about now the birth of the continent of Africa through leadership. Odewale. It started with his words, and the words that can only come from a leader. It started with the phrase that I heard there, willings. I heard their wailings, first as rumor. I heard them far, far away in the course of my countless wanderings, from land to land, town to town, village to village, seeking peace and finding none. I came to this land of Kutuje after crossing 7 waters. I, Ola Wale, the son of Ogundele, found my way to this very strange land of Kutuje. I came here to see sufferings, and I felt sufferings. I gathered the people of Kutuje under my power. And under my power, we attacked the people of Ikulu, freed our people and seized their land. And we had prospered from their sweat. So it is. He who pelts another with pebbles asks for rocks in return. Ikulu is now no more. But Kutuje prospered in their joy. The people made me king. They broke the tradition and made me unasked king of Kutuje. For 11 years now, I, Ola Wale, the son of Ogundele, had ruled this land of Kutuje and have taken for wife, as the custom wishes, Ojuola, the motherly queen of the former king Aditusa. She now is the bearer of my 4 seats. Adewale, Adebisi. We have all lived in joy for these 11 years, but joy that have a slender body breaks too soon. There is trouble now in the land. Peace has broken and scattered. Peace too is no more. The villagers had come to him crying in the village, and they had sat around mourning, crying and crawling and asking their king to save them from the deadly virus in the village that has killed many people, that had turned some people to widows. They came to meet their king to solve their problems for them. They accused him that does the wealth of being king, as he stopped him from acting and adding value to their lives. They accused him of the leopard that has been washed away by the riches and the comfort of being a king. They insulted him for not doing his part. Some of the chiefs tried to stop them. He allowed them to talk. He gave them the audacity to insult him. He wanted to hear them. He wanted to hear their thoughts. When he finally spoke, he spoke with anger. He said, "My people, children of our fathers, sickness is like rain. Does rain fall on one roof and not another? No. Does it fall on one body and not another? Whoever the rain sees, on him it rains. Does it not? Indeed, you do me great wrong then, my people. Indeed, you do me great wrong to think me like a rock in the midst of a lake. forever cooled by flowing waters, that I did not. And I can never feel the sun's hotness that burns and dry up the open land. Indeed, you do me great wrong, then, my people. Indeed, you do me great wrong. They all quickly prostrated when they saw the anger of the king. They begged. He got more angry. Do not beg, I pray you. I have not said anything to prove me innocent of your charges against me. And already you beg. Do not beg, I pray you, only listen. But listen well. I know your pains, my people, and I feel your sufferings. Sickness in your houses. Sickness had entered my palace too. Ola, bring the children here, he said to them. When the children came out, they were vomiting. They were all sick, including Mother Queen. Said, look at this one. He carried the children one at a time. Has not eaten for the past 3 days. Anything he puts in the mouth, he vomits. The whole town panicked and begged and cried and said, we are sorry. Then he responded to them again by saying, do not say you're sorry. Act. You have all come to me sprawling, vomiting, rubbing tears on one another and asking me to do my job. When you in your own small little huts, when you in your own small little villages are so crippled, so lazy, that you expect me to solve all your problems for you, and then we shall all die, hand in hand, buried in one large grave, smiling at each other's eyeballs and smelling the rot of our gross corrupt bodies. If you need help, as for his first amongst yourself, I pray you do not come to me. Don't come to me. Why? Because I cannot help you. Because I, Odewale, the son of Ogundele, I'm a single man. Like you, and you. That is where I'm going to stop today.